Hey, come see us live. We're doing our Rumble Time show September 27th in Los Angeles. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, and we'll be in Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. This is Stephen Colbert, and we've talked about this earlier in the show about how the establishment loved Donald Trump until he became president, and then they all turned on him. So here is, they all loved. The Clintons went to his weddings.
Oh, I know.
They're friends. Their kids are best friends.
Yeah.
They played golf together, all of them. In fact, the Clintons encouraged Donald Trump to run for president. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
They were the ones who told Donald Trump he should run.
Is that how he knows the Clintons hate the Obamas?
I bet that is. I love how he said at the debate.
I know.
And Joe Biden hates you.
Sometimes that's where he loses people.
I know.
But I love it at the same time, but he fucking loses. He talked about the
funny.
cats. He had to bring the cats in.
He didn't need to bring the cats.
He's
already winning on the border.
I know.
You all just talk about the border.
He
don't
brought
have
the fucking cats up.
He can't.
He should have. It's like saying, who else wants to grab fucking America by the pussy at this point? Because I do.
So here, this is a video you're not supposed to see. This is that time when Stephen Colbert, can't be beaten. There's nobody with bigger Trump derangement syndrome now than Stephen Colbert. But I just want to show you now. We've showed you before that Oprah loved Donald Trump. Oprah loved him. In fact, said that they should run for office together. The View loved Donald Trump. Yep. They all said they loved him.
Yep.
And now here's Stephen Colbert, the biggest Trump hater there is. Watch when Donald Trump this is when he was running for president in 2015-16. He was running in the Republican primary, and the Democrats loved him because he would go up there and make fun of all the Republicans at the debates. Well, watch this. Watch how much him and his audience love Donald Trump.
Also, we've got a great show for you tonight. Donald Trump is here. Yeah.
Everybody loves him.
There's no other way to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Speaking of doing a fantastic job, you are setting the world on fire right now.
Well, we're having a lot of fun, and I think we're hitting some pretty good issues, Stephen. And
I want to thank you not only for being here, I want to thank you for running for president. Because I'm not going to say this stuff writes itself.
New Hampshire and Iowa, no matter where we go, it seems that the response, it just gets better and better. And the polls have been phenomenal.
You see Zogby?
Zogby was great.
33%. That came out today, right? Zogby, 33%. Incredible. I'm not surprised at all. I'll tell you why. Is because...
I'm liking him a lot.
No, I'm not. I'm liking you too. I'm liking you too. I'm not surprised at all, because especially in the Republican field, because
of a country, we have to create, number one, we're going to build a wall. Number two, we're going to...
Okay.
Oh, listen to this, even with your crowd, I hear
No,
that.
they love
they love
the wall. No. People love the wall. Well, Donald Trump, thank you so much for being here.
Good luck.
Don't you feel like he's a Democrat, though, at heart, in his social... Did you hear Joy say years ago, but you're socially liberal? I don't think he cares about abortion the way the liberals.
I think he did that for votes.
I think that he had to play ball, but I also think
he had to get a base of support.
Giving everything to the states right now couldn't be more important because we're losing sovereignty. I mean, things like the WHO or whatever. Imagine if that did go through. I mean, and it did override state sovereignty, but I feel like state sovereignty actually gives the country back to the people, and he doesn't want to deal with abortion. It's not his decision to make, and I feel like that was actually a classy move on his point, but on his part, I'm not even making sense anymore. But that's and I have a unique opinion about the whole abortion thing. But anyway, the establishment. Go ahead.
So here's what I said. I said the establishment and late night comedians loved Donald Trump for decades. NBC gave him his own network television show for over 10 years, and Hollywood gave him Emmy nominations. When he no longer served the establishment, they painted him as Hitler to get you to keep voting for neocon warmongering tools of Wall Street. America is run by a handful of billionaires and the blob, not by politicians. Your democracy was stolen decades ago and covered up with the nonstop corporate propaganda, and the country falls for it hook, line, and sinker. We're at the end stage of the republic now. We're bankrupting ourselves and with imperialism, war, while hollowing out our own country and destroying the middle class. Yet the corporations can still easily get you to cheer on the destruction of your own country by filling you with hate for a boogeyman named Trump. And that proves it right there. They loved Donald Trump until he actually gained power. And then the establishment told all their bought people, all the late night talk show hosts, all the media, everybody, you got to get everybody to hate him. And that's all they have now is to run on hate because they ain't doing anything for anybody.
I'm going to post that every morning on my Instagram page. Just every morning, just a little reminder. And I haven't even endorsed anybody, but like, people just wake the fuck up. It's unbelievable.
If they can, my point is, if they can do that to Donald Trump, they'll do that to anybody.
And they have been doing that to us.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
look what they did.
Happen with Zuckerberg at this point.
Look what they did to Cornel West as soon as he announced he was running. They're like, oh, by the way, he owes $500,000 in back taxes. He didn't pay his child support. Just smearing, slandering him left and right.
The undecided vote, too, that was with Bobby, and now they're going to decide who and a lot of them will go both ways. I mean, I think there's more Trump support than people actually realize, because I know that there's a lot of, the media has the loudest voice. So obviously we think that there's, a landslide of Kamala people, but there are not. Everybody I know, except for the few liberal friends that are hanging on for dear life, to having a female someone who still supports abortion, because seriously at this point it seems like the liberal vote, even when you hear liberal men talk about it, it's the snooziest thing I've ever heard. I can't even listen to a man talk about the reproductive rights of a woman on the left. I understand the people on the right doing it, and this is coming from a liberal woman who, my great grandmother was the only abortionist in 1950s Harlem. So I have a lot to say on the matter, but I feel like conservative men, I get it. This is a religious argument for you. So you can say whatever you want. But when the liberal men start doing it, and I'm a liberal, it's like, shut the fuck up. Was your wife making you say this? You know what I mean? Are you a cuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, leave the topic. I have to fight for women's, for pro-choice. I mean, anyway.
Well, I was told recently that it's not enough to be pro-choice. You have to be literally pro-abortion.
Well, that's what it feels like. Yeah. And, when I was a kid, I didn't know I had a choice when I was pregnant. And I've had abortions, But in my family, we were raised to think you get pregnant because I come from a real Italian household. And, my mom broke out of the Italian thing. She became a playwright. She didn't want to be a housewife. She watched her mom get the shit beat out of her by a mafioso dad of hers. So she was like, oh my God, my 17-year-old daughter, or however old I was, I think it was also when I was 21. So my kids are pro-lifers, and they didn't hear that from me. They took it upon themselves when my daughter went to school and they're handing out hangers at her school and they're telling her that motherhood is forced slavery. And she's like, what does this all mean? And then she started researching it herself and third term abortion. And it was just like, and then I don't know if Trump mentioned that also in the debate, but
yes, he
did mention it, right? Which is because people don't believe that could possibly be true. But none of this stuff that they're doing on the left, it's so unbelievable. It's almost like, is that the playbook? That it's so unbelievable that no one would ever believe it's true while it's actually happening right in front of us. I mean, they can go read on the World Economic Forum all day if they want and see that anything we say is not crazy. It's actually happening right there. I mean, they're the ones talking about the fake meat they want to make and the fucking bugs and the you'll own nothing and, all the...
And genetically modifying mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's Microsoft mosquito.
So when Bill Gates genetically modifies a mosquito to fight some kind of disease and then the mosquito bites you, that's not informed consent.
No.
That's them doing a medical experiment on me without my consent.
Pure chaos. And as Tucker said, what does chaos equal at this point? It's like satanic at this point.
Hey, come see us live. We're doing our Rumble Time show September 27th in Los Angeles. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, and we'll be in Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.